So, good evening. Today is another discussion for government accounting and accounting for non-for-profit organization. For today's discussion, we'll be tackling about inventories or Chapter 7 or Module 7, inventories for government. The learning objectives for this chapter are first is to account for inventories by government entity and to describe the procedures in the receipt and disposition of inventories by government entity. What are inventories or classified as inventories in the government? Ito yung 5 classification of inventories sa government. First is inventory held for sale. So, meron din ito sa private or sa private or commercial yan. Inventory held for sale. Kasi ito yung normal natin. Inventory held for sale. Next is inventory held for distribution. Held for distribution such as rice and other welfare goods held for distribution. Letter C is inventory held for manufacturing. Kung sa private, yan yung raw material, finished goods, and then work in progress. So dito, sa government, parehas din po yan. Inventory held for manufacturing are raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods. Letter D, inventory held for consumption. Ang example niyan ay office supplies inventory. Ito yung isa sa mga kakaiba sa government. Why? Sorry. Yan. So, ito po yung letter D. Ito yung isa sa kakaiba sa government. Bakit? Kasi po sa government, yung mga held for consumption classified as inventory dito. Pero sa private kasi, yung office supplies, yung mga printer, or kung ay tinitreat siya as prepaid. Hindi po siya napupunta sa account na inventory account. Hindi natin siya ina-account as inventory. Ito, parang ang accounting sa kanya is as if prepaid. Sa commercial accounting. Pag bumili ka ng office supplies, debit office supplies, credit, cash. Tama? Dito po sa government, yung held for consumption, they are classified as inventories. Ayan. And letter E, another unique for government is the semi-expendable property. Ano po yung mga semi-expendable property? It is consist of machineries, equipment, furniture, and fixtures, similar items that are not capitalized as PPE because their costs are below 15,000 capitalization threshold. So, take note of the threshold. Magkano daw? 15,000. Ito daw yung mga dapat PPE. Kaso daw, yung individual cost nila is 15,000 and below. Yan po yung tinatawag nating semi-expendable property. Ang mga example niyan, kunyari is printer. May printer po ba na nagko-cost ng 15,000 and below? Yes, meron. Meron pong 10,000, 7,000, 12,000, and meron ding mga printers na mas mahal or umaabot ng minsan 50,000, 70,000, depende sa use niya. But ang sinasabi dito, semi-expendable property are PPE. But then, they are not capitalized because they do not qualify sa capitalization threshold na 15,000. Yan. So, ano sila? Magiging inventory po ang accounting sa kanya or ang gagamitin nating standard is the standard for inventories. Yan. Measurement. Inventories are initially measured at cost and subsequently measured at letter A, lower of cost and net realizable value. Para sa anong mga klaseng inventory? Yun yung mga goods held for sale. Ano pa? Di ba 5 yon? Goods held for sale, semi-expendable, at saka manufacturing. Okay? Inventory for manufacturing. So, yung tatlong yon, lower of cost and net realizable value. But, yung letter B, gagamitin daw yung lower of cost and current replacement cost para sa anong klase ng inventory. If the inventory is goods held for distribution and consumption. Ulitin ko, from the 5 classification, tatlo doon is mini-measured subsequently at lower of cost and net realizable value. Yung dalawa doon is lower of cost and current replacement cost. Yan. Sa private kasi or sa PFRS, ang ginagamit is lower of cost and net realizable value. And meron din pong pagkakaiba pagdating sa sa PFRS or commercial at sa government pagdating sa journal entry ng pag-record ng impairment. Yan. So, ano-ano po yung composition ng cost? Initially daw, inventories are recorded or measured at cost. Ano po ba yung included sa cost? It comprised of the purchase cost, excluding trade discount, and volume discount. Na-discuss natin yung dati. Trade at saka volume discount hindi kasama. So, purchase cost and direct cost incurred in bringing the asset to its intended location and condition. Ano naman yung hindi isinasama sa cost ng inventory? Yung abnormal amount of waste or abnormal waste, materials, labor, and production overhead. Yung selling cost, ito mga to, they are recorded as expense as incurred. And administrative overhead. Yung abnormal amount, ito included sa cost of sale, tama? Yung selling and admin, separate class of expense naman yan. Pero these three, they are recorded as expense as incurred. But yung purchase cost and yung mga directly attributable cost, yun yung included sa pag-compute ng cost ng inventory. Yung subsequent measurement, sabi natin dalawa. It's either net realizable value or current replacement cost. Tama? But what is net realizable value? It is the estimated selling price, selling estimated cost of completion, and estimated selling or disposal cost. Yung current replacement cost naman is the cost the entity would incur to acquire the asset on the reporting date. Kunyari sa net realizable value po is as if ibebenta mo at reporting date, magkano mo siya mabibenta? Or magkano mo siya mako-complete? Or magkano mo siya mabibenta less the completion cost or cost of disposal. Yan. So, yun yung net realizable value. So, parehas lang naman yan sa pag-compute sa fair value, yung net realizable value. Yung current replacement cost naman is as if mag-a-acquire ka ng same property or same inventory at reporting date. Yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Si net realizable value is the cost of disposal. Magkano yung value pag i-dispose mo siya? Yung current replacement cost naman would be the value kung bibili ka ng same inventory account or same inventory at the reporting date. So, yun yung subsequent measurement ng inventory. Yung cost formula na ginagamit po natin sa pag-account ng inventory, di ba meron tayo sa PFRS, meron tayong specific identification, naalala? Yun yung para sa mga not ordinarily interchangeable na mga inventories. Yun yung specific identification. Meron tayong tinatawag na FIFO method or yung first in, first out. Meron tayong tinatawag na weighted average method. Meron din tayong tinatawag na average method. Sa government, ang ginagamit po na cost formula is dalawa lang. Dito po sa Philippines, ang ginagamit natin is the specific identification, which is used for items that are not ordinarily interchangeable and those that are segregated for a specific project. So, same po yan sa pag-account sa commercial or sa PFRS, yung specific identification. Next natin is the weighted average cost. Ma'am, ano po yung pinanggalingan? Mamaya tayo sa weighted average. Ma'am, ano po yung pinanggalingan? Bakit weighted average ang ginamit? Or hindi naman pinanggalingan. Ano po yung naging stand ng Commission on Audit or ni COA para gamitin yung weighted average method? So, i-share ko yung isang. So, meron tayong 3 PAGs. Ito tayo dito sa PAG number 2. Cost formula. Ang sabi kasi sa IPSAS, paragraph 32 provides that cost of inventories of items that are not ordinarily interchangeable, ang gagamitin daw is specific identification. So, tama naman tayo dyan. But on the other hand, deals with the assignment of cost of inventories using first in, first out, or weighted average formula. So, pag hindi interchangeable, or namali, pag interchangeable, pwede daw FIFO or weighted average. Ano ang sabi ni COA? For consistency and uniformity in costing inventories, the weighted average shall be adopted for items that are not specifically identifiable. So, ano po ang gagamitin natin for inventories that are not identifiable or interchangeable? Yung magiging, ang gagamitin po natin ay weighted average method. Since weighted average method ang ginamit, sabi, weighted average cost used for large number of items of inventory that are ordinarily interchangeable. Tapos meron tayong ginagamit sa commercial or sa PFRS na dalawang inventory system. For government, ang gagamitin po natin is the perpetual inventory system. Di ba meron tayong isa periodic, yung isa perpetual. Ano po ma'am yung pinagkaiba? Sa periodic, na-identify lang natin yung value ng inventory. Na-identify lang natin yung value ng inventory at the end of the year during inventory count. Kasi hindi po tayo nagre-record ng inventory every magkaroon ng sale. Kunyari, inventory held for sale siya. Hindi po tayo nagre-record ng movement ng inventory pag may sale. Unlike for perpetual inventory system, every time may movement sa inventory account, meron siyang journal entry. Tama? That is perpetual inventory system. Imagine mo, ma'am, very tedious po pala. Kasi perpetual inventory system na, weighted average cost pa. Ma'am, ano po ba yung weighted average cost method? In weighted average cost method, ang nagiging problema niya is every nagkakaroon ng purchases na merong magkaibang unit price, magkakaroon ng change sa weighted average unit cost. Tama? If you will remember, yung lesson nyo sa inventory in financial accounting, ganon na ganon din dito. Kung paano kinocompute yung weighted average cost or weighted average per unit, parehas po dito. So, ipakita ko sa inyo kung ano yung example nito. Yung galing po ito sa GAM. For example, ito yung tinatawag nating supplies ledger card. Ang in description, ang pinag-uusapan natin, ink cartridge. So, ganun po pala yun, ma'am. Kada isang klase ng inventory, merong sarili. Yes, And every time bumibili ka, is nire-record yun. So, kunyari dito, since weighted average na, yung ginagamit natin, paano ba siya ini-effect sa ating recording or sa monitoring? So, beginning balance, yung unit cost niya is 1,332. Wait lang. Ano natin? Lakihan natin ng konti para mas clear sa inyo yan. So, beginning balance, so meron ka daw 1 ink cartridge, unit cost of 1,332.55. On January 10, 2015, bumili ka daw ng 12 cartridges. Ang unit cost niya is 1,399.18. If you will see or if you will notice, magkaiba yung unit cost at the beginning at saka yung binili mo. Anong effect niya? Magkakaroon ng difference or magkakaroon ng changes in the unit cost or the average unit cost, affecting the what we call weighted average method. So, mapapansin mo, ma'am, kailan po nagkakaroon ng pagkakaiba sa unit cost or weighted average unit cost? Every time lang na bumibili. Yan o, receipt. Ito po yung column, sorry. This one is the column ng receipt. This one is the issuance. So, mapapansin mo, kailan lang nagbabago yung unit cost? Kailan lang? Every time bumibili. Yan. Pero pag nag-i-issue, kung ano yung weighted average nung time na bumili ka, yun po yung magiging, yun po yung ibabawas mo na cost ng inventories na in-issued. Yan. So, ito po yung example ng ledger card na minomonitor ng mga accountant for inventory account. Each class, each type of inventory may kanya-kanya supplies ledger card. Yan. Ito yung cost formula, dalawa, specific identification at saka weighted average. For the journal entries, di ba limang ano yon? Initially, kunyari daw held for sale at saka held for distribution yung ire-record natin. Ito po yung journal entries, debit, merchandise inventory, credit, lahat to ng klase, 5 to. Held for sale, held for manufacturing, semi-expendable, inventory held for consumption, inventory held for distribution. So, pag held for sale, debit, merchandise inventory, credit, cash, or accounts payable. Yung cash natin is cash, MDS regular. So, pag held for manufacturing, debit, raw materials, inventory, credit, accounts payable. Pag semi naman, debit semi-expendable machinery, credit, accounts payable. Sa held for distribution naman, welfare goods for distribution, credit, accounts payable, and for consumption, debit, office supplies, credit, accounts payable. Mamaya, pag natapos natin itong lahat, ibibigay ko yung, papakita ko yung mga sample journal entries for inventory. From initial recognition, in-issue, and then cleanose sa income summary account, and then nagkaroon ng impairment, so mamaya. Ayan. Doon naman tayo sa subsequent measurement na ng inventory. Yung tinatawag nating recognition as an expense. Kailan siya nagiging expense? Si inventory. Siyempre, inventory are asset account. Kailan siya napupunta sa income statement or nagiging expense? The carrying amount of inventory is recognized as expense in the period it is A, sold. Paano pag sold? Pag yung inventory is held for sale. B, distributed. If it is held for distribution. C, exchange. Kunyari, nakipag-exchange ka ng asset to another entity. So, merong exchange. So, magiging magiging i-recognize mo na yan. Next, consume. If it is held for consumption. And letter E, magiging expense daw yan if it is written down to net realizable or current replacement cost. Ma'am, kailan po yun? If Ito yung cost recorded sa book. And yung net realizable value or the current replacement cost, depending on the class of inventory, is lower than its cost. At this case, magre-recognize ka ng expense. So mamaya ipapakita ko ano kaya yung expense account na gagamitin natin. Only the portion of the carrying amount in excess of the net realizable value or the current replacement cost is recognized as expense. Ang next topic natin for inventory ay yung tinatawag nating receipt and disposition. Ito na po yung ano ba yan? Tinatawag nating process sa government. Ano po yung process sa government from the beginning na nag-request hanggang maging expense? Okay? From the beginning na mag-request hanggang expense. So, receipt and disposition. So, unahin natin ito. Yan nagsisimula ang pagbili ng inventory. May magre-request. Number 1, unang step, end user prepare yung tinatawag nating purchase request. Magre-request yung end user kung saang department. Ang form na i-fill out niya is yung tinatawag nating purchase request. Number 2, second step, purchasing unit o yung isang department ng yung purchasing department will prepare purchase order. Purchase request, si end unit, ipapasa yan kay purchasing unit. Tapos, magagawa siya ng purchase order para makapag, canvas na. Pwedeng canvas or gagamitan mo ng procurement law. Sa procurement laws, nagka-canvas lang naman if yung purchases is amounting to 1,000 and above. So, canvas for at least 3 suppliers is required for purchases amounting to 1,000 and above. So, yan yung pag-request. So, wala pa tayo nare-receive na inventory. Nire-request pa lang natin or in the process ng purchase ng inventory. Ngayon, nakabili ka na. So, receipt na. Property Supply Division prepares yung tinatawag nating IAR or Inspection and Acceptance Report and forwards it to the property inspector. May nag-deliver na sa agency na inventory. Yun po, hindi agad yun binabayaran. At the same time, hindi po agad yung ginagamit. Ang unang mangyayari doon, syempre, yan nga sa number 3, maggagawa muna ng Inspection and Acceptance Report. And then, si property inspector, may mag-i-inspect po dyan. Ang nangyayari po dyan is, nagiging witness si COA. Witness po si COA sa pag-inspect. Property inspector, inspect the delivery items and fill up the IAR. Next, 5, kung na-accept na yung property, in-accept na kasi nga inspection and acceptance report. So, na-accept na yung property. Number 5, the property and supply division records accepted delivery in the stock card. Yan, stock card. And number 6, accounting division records accepted deliveries in the books of account and the supplies ledger card. Yun pong acceptance ay yung inspection and acceptance report, ifo-forward po kasi yan sa accounting para i-record nila. Saan nila i-record? Yun yung number 6. Sa supplies ledger card. I-record niya po doon. Yung katulad nung pinakita ko kanina dun sa ink cartridge, ganun po yun. Yung supplies ledger card. Number 7, the property or supplies division prepares the disbursement voucher. Pag sinabi nating disbursement voucher, babayaran na po yung delivery. Ganun po sa government, hindi po tayo magbabayad muna bago yung delivery. Delivery muna, i-accept muna yung delivery before tayo magbayad. Except, syempre, yung mga tinatawag nating shopping. Meron kasing isang mode of procurement, yung tinatawag nating shopping. Hindi na po yun, ini-inspect pa rin naman, pero po yun, binabayaran muna. Kunyari is, nagkaroon ng emergency purchase. Yun po, syempre, nabayaran mo muna bago ma-accept. So, yan po yung number 7. Magpe-prepare na po ng disbursement voucher para bayaran yung deliveries ng inventory, together with the supporting documents to the accounting division for processing of payment. Since nasa iyo na ngayon yung inventory, nasa agency na yung inventory, anong sunod na gagawin doon sa inventory? Disposition. Yung disposition, anong mangyayari? Diba? Kanina, yung number 1, doon sa requisition, si end user magre-request. Dito sa disposition, hindi pa agad ibibigay kay end user. Magpe-prepare muna siya ng requisition and issue slip or RIS to request for the issuance. Yung kanina, nag-request ka for purchase. Kaya, purchase request ang tawag sa kanya. Dito, requisition ng pag-issue na. Issue of inventory. Sunod, si Property and Supply Division, magpe-prepare naman siya ng report of supplies and materials issued. Yung lahat ng in-issue niya. Tapos, i-update niya syempre yung stock card. And then, syempre, na-issue mo na sa end user, na-update mo na si stock card, ibibigay mo ngayon yan, yung RIS, mapo-forward yan kay RIS together with the RSMI or Report of Supplies and Materials Issued, mapupunta yan kay accounting. Para saan naman? Para i-record ni accounting. Maggawa siya ng journal entry na na-issue na yung inventory. So, accounting division uses the RSMI for recording in the books of account and updating the stock ledger card. So, yan po yung process sa inventory. So, meron tayo, una, requisition, sunod, receipt ng inventory, and then, syempre, yung disposition. So, ano-ano po yung mga ginagamit nating mga documents pagdating sa inventory or forms sa inventory? Yan, yun yung waste materials report, report of physical count of inventory. Yan po yung ginagamit yung at the end of the year. And then, report of accountability for accountable forms. Ito pong report of accountability for accountable forms, yan po yung ang resibo. Alam nyo yung resibo? Yung official receipts. Sa government po, yun ay inventory. They are accounted as inventory. Sa kasi, sa commercial, pwedeng ang accounting niyan is expense na. Pag bumili ka, expense agad. Kahit hindi mo pa nagamit or nagamit na, expense agad. Kasi nga minimal. Sa government po kasi, they are treated as inventory. At meron pong sariling report si accountable form. Kasi nga, remember, nung nag-discuss tayo ng revenue and other receipts, yung official receipt is isa sa mga responsibility ng isang collecting officer, tama? Kailangan po yun i-account. Dapat po mayroong reconciliation at the end of the month. Dapat ma-reconcile magkano yung na-receive or ilan yung na-receive mong resibo, ilan yung inisyo mo, ilan yung ending mo. Kaya meron po tayong tinatawag na report of accountability for accountable forms. Yung accountable forms na ginagamit yan, yun na sinasabi dyan is yun yung mga official receipt, disbursement vouchers, yun po yun. And last is the inventory custodian slip, prepared when issuing semi-expendable property. Yan. Illustrative accounting entries. So, ito po yung mga example. So, meron tayo A, B, C, D, at saka E. So, unahin natin si letter A, yung inventory held for sale. Pag nakabili ka, debit, merchandise inventory. Credit, cash MDS, regular. Ngayon, nakapagbenta ka na. Since perpetual inventory system tayo, every time nagbebenta, merong movement sa inventory. Kaya dalawa yung entry nung sale. So, ano yung una? Debit cash collecting officer, kasi daw may 20% discount. Cash collecting officer, 1-2. Sales discounts, 300. Pansinin mo yung account code. Yung cash collecting officer is ano yan? Asset account. Yung sales discount ma'am, revenue account? Yes, pero 1 yung dulo. Tingnan mo, halos magkapareha sila. 1 nga lang yung dulo. Anong ibig sabihin? This is a contra account na nino? Ni sales revenue. Sales discount is a contra account nino? Ni sales revenue. So, sales discount, 300, sales revenue of 1,500. So, i-record natin yung cost of sale. Debit cost of sales, 1,000. Credit merchandise inventory, 1,000. Kasi nga, perpetual inventory system tayo. Next, i-close natin at the end of the year, i-close mo yung revenue at saka expense account. So, closing revenue, debit sales revenue, credit revenue, and expense summary. So, equity account po yan ha. Revenue and expense summary, 1,500. So, same, para doon naman sa expense, yun yung tinatawag nating debit revenue and expense summary, 1,300. Credit cost of sales of 1,000. Credit sales discount, 300. And then, syempre, yung revenue and expense summary, i-close mo naman siya sa accumulated surplus deficit. So, at the end of the year, nasa napunta na yung movement sa inventory, napunta na siya sa accumulated surplus deficit. Yan yung retained earnings sa PFRS. Yun. Ito naman yung income expense summary. Dito, revenue and expense summary. Yan is para sa merchant or sa inventory held for sale. Pag naman, held for distribution, debit welfare goods for distribution. Credit accounts payable. So, on account siya. Ngayon, syempre, babayaran mo yung inventory or yung binili mo. Debit accounts payable, credit cash MDS regular, 2,000. And then, i-issue mo na ngayon. Debit welfare goods and expenses. Welfare goods expenses, credit welfare goods for distribution. Take note, di ba naalala mo kanina dun sa PowerPoint, ma'am, kailan po na-charge as expense ang inventory? Una, binenta. Binenta. Anong account yun? Na-charge as expense. Naging cost of sales. Dito, in-issue. Issue or distributed. Debit, welfare goods expenses. Credit, welfare goods for distribution. At the end of the year, i-close mo yung expense account. Debit, revenue and expense summary. Credit, welfare goods expense, 2,000. And then, close mo rin yung revenue and expense account sa accumulated surplus deficit. So, yan yung para dun sa held for distribution. Pag for manufacturing, syempre, minamanufacture, meron tayong tinatawag na raw materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Pag nilagay mo na yan sa production, magiging debit work in progress, inventory, credit raw materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. And then, pag natapos na yung work in progress, magiging debit finished goods, credit work in progress. Ngayon, ibinenta mo na. Siyempre, manufacturing. Debit, cash collecting officer, credit, sales revenue. Siyempre, perpetual inventory system tayo. Record ka rin ng movement sa inventory. Debit, cost of sales, credit, finished goods inventory. Actually, meron tayo ditong isang kulang na entry. Kasi nga dapat, every collection merong remittance. So dito, meron pang kulang. After nitong, every time nakaka-collect ka from sales, merong dapat isa pang journal entry. Sige nga, paki-comment. Ano yung journal entry after nitong cash collecting officer, credit, sales, revenue? Sige nga, pa-comment. Ano yung dapat na entry dyan? Ano yung sunod na entry dapat pala? So, after ng collection, dapat merong tinatawag tayo na remittance. Kasi isa yun sa mga rules ng revenue and other receipt na every collection dapat daw i-remit mo. So, after collection of cash collecting officer credit sales revenue, your next entry must be debit cash treasury agency deposit regular credit cash collecting officer. So, hindi nandiyan in-emphasize dito sa entries or dito sa sample. So, the end of the year, close the revenue account and then the expense account. Then, close mo rin yung revenue and expense summary sa accumulated surplus deficit. Pag held for consumption naman, so, example niya, debit office supplies inventory, credit accounts payable. That is to recognize purchase of office supplies amounting to 600. So, magiging expense lang siya upon consumption or issuance sa end user. So, debit, office supplies expense, credit, office supplies inventory. And then, at the end of the year, close mo yung expense account sa revenue and expense summary. And then, close mo rin yung revenue and expense summary sa accumulated surplus deficit. And lastly naman is the inventory classified as semi-expendable inventory. In this case, machinery and equipment siya. So, debit, semi-expendable machinery and machinery, credit, cash, MDS, regular. So, i-issue mo na yan. Ay, sorry. Ngayon, meron pa palang isa. Dito, machinery. Dito, office equipment. Debit. Dito, ang una, na-receive air conditioning worth 13,000. Kaya, semi-expendable machinery. Dito, ang na-receive niya is printer. Kaya, semi-expendable office equipment. Yung sunod is in-issue naman. In-issue na siya sa end user. Kaya, mangyayari, dalawa, tinan mo, debit, the expense account of semi-expendable machinery and equipment expense, credit yung dalawang klase ng semi-expendable inventory na machinery and office equipment of 13,000 and 14,500. Ngayon, pag nagkakaroon ng repair and maintenance nung mga semi-expendable, syempre, hindi po yan kinakapitalize. Expenses incurred yan kasi nga, this is classified as inventory. So, paano po yung entry niyan? Debit, repairs and maintenance, semi-expendable machinery and equipment, credit, cash, MDS, regular. So, expense account po yan, ayan o, 5. And at the end of the year, i-close mo yung expense sa revenue and expense summary. So, tatlo yung klase ng expense natin. Ay, dalawa lang. So, meron tayo dito, semi-expendable machinery and equipment expense at saka repairs and maintenance machinery and equipment. Then, close mo rin yung revenue and expense summary. Same as, meron po kasi tayong tinatawag na semi-expendable machinery equipment. Meron din tayong tinatawag na semi-expendable furniture, fixtures, and books. So, bumili ng sofa, so furniture. Kaya, furnitures and fixtures. Bumili ng books. So, pag in-issue mo na sa end user, debit, the expense, semi-expendable furniture and fixtures and books, expense, credit, yung dalawang asset account. At the end of the year, i-close mo sa revenue and expense summary and then close mo rin sa accumulated surplus deficit. Last topic for this evening is what we call the impairment and reversal of inventory. Naalala mo, dalawang klase yung measurement or subsequent measurement ng inventory. We have the net realizable value and then the current replacement cost. So, paano kinocompute yung impairment loss? Impairment loss, assuming that yung held for sale, held for sale. Pag held for sale, ano yung costing method na gagamitin natin? Or ano yung magiging subsequent measurement niya? Lower of cost and net realizable value. So, since net realizable value, pag mas mababa siya, merong impairment loss. Yan. Impairment loss recorded as expense. Recorded as expense. So, paano kinompute yung net realizable value? So, estimated selling price of 4 million, 80. Estimated disposal of 200. So, net realizable value, 3,880. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Pag net realizable value, ang difference niya kay current replacement cost, sa net realizable value is as if ibebenta mo. Magkano mo siya mabebenta net of cost of disposal. So, meron tayong impairment loss of 120. So, paano siya i-record? Debit impairment loss inventory, credit merchandise inventory. Take note of this account, this entry. Sa PFRS, meron tayong allowance minsan. Allowance ang ginagamit. Dito po yung mismong inventory account. So, debit impairment loss inventories. Number 5 po yung account code, meaning expense account po yan. Then, credit the mismong inventory account. Paano naman pag held for distribution? So, pag held for distribution or for consumption, ang ginagamit po nating subsequent measurement is lower of cost and current replacement cost. So, paano po yun? Kunyari, ito daw po yung computation. Ito yung cost recorded sa libro and then ito yung current replacement cost. Ito yung impairment loss. So, ano po ba yung office supplies inventory? Ito yung inventory held for consumption. Well, for goods for distribution, held for distribution. So, entry, debit, impairment loss inventory, credit, yung mismong inventory account, office supplies inventory, welfare goods for distribution. For manufacturing naman, ginagamit po dito ay net realizable value. So, debit impairment loss, credit raw materials, 15,000. And then, pag kunyari naman, nagkaroon ng reversal, sa mismong inventory po, ina-account. Kunyari, nagkaroon ng reversal ng impairment, sa mismong wala pong income. Okay? Wala pong income. Account na ginagamit, accumulated surplus deficit po. Isa po sa unique. Accumulated surplus deficit. Yan po para sa reversal ng impairment ng inventory. So, dyan po nagtatapos yung discussion natin o yung PowerPoint.